Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster. I think I'm going to actually put some thought into how I'm going to format these videos, and I'm going to start off with a scenario and then do the follow-up after, that is purchasing at merchant, doing any enhancements, things like that at the end of the video. And I also want to say that I'm open for the any comments on where I should go next. So at the very end of the video, I'll show what is available up here in the travel or other locations, and I'm open for any suggestions or votes to take place. And I can go in that direction. Um, if there are no votes, so be it. I'll just go in the direction that I'd like to go. So, with that, I haven't done anything. There's no changes here. I'm just going to jump into the first scenario, or the scenario of the video. This is pest control. The Copper Oasis was an area for travelers to refill their canteens after a trek across the Deadlands. But a pack of Vermlings have now made it their home. It is time they were made to leave. So we'll be facing cave bears, hounds, and some Vermling Scouts. And elite scouts as well. This is just for experience. We'll get a weighted net design, which if we finish with enough money, that's an option for the Tinkerer with some of his AoE attacks. And then we'll be unlocking the Copper Oasis with this. So let's travel on. Okay, so the path leads you to a narrow passage between two rocky outcrops. You are about to make your way through when several hooded figures suddenly step out from behind the rocks. Halt! The largest of the men steps towards you. This here is a toll road, the man grunts. If you want to pass, you gotta pay. You notice several others have also emerged from the rocks behind you. You're surrounded. Okay, well, we don't have any money for the toll, and because the brute is an Enox, we do not run, so our only option is to fight them. Without hesitation, you take down the bandit leader before his goons can close in on you. Several hacks and slashes later, all of the bandits lie dead on the ground. You take the coin purse from the bandit leader's belt and continue through the passage. Sweet. Well, we've gained some money. And we weren't injured. That's nice. I was expecting some HP loss there, or maybe a wound or something like that. So, pest control. You trek for a number of days across the Deadlands, an area with little life or beauty. Climbing atop a stony outcropping, you see the oasis in the distance, at odds with the desolation around it. The next morning, you arrive at the edge of the woodland, and immediately hear the chittering and highly nasal tones of Vermlings. It is time to make this place safe for travelers once more. Interesting. So, I might still allow, I'll probably still go through my cards to make sure that I have the cards that I'm looking for. For instance, Trample, although I still can't look at that, but the bottom action is a move 4 jump, attack 2, target everyone that I move through, which is pretty good. However, the top action, Pierce 2, is not necessary for these enemies. So I'm going to drop this one. Something like Overwhelming Assault might be a good option. Skewer could be a good option as well, because Leaping Cleave has that air or wind element that I can use. So Skewer might be a good one to bring in. Wall of Doom also might be good because Vermlings and Hounds, they don't have a lot of starting, they don't have a lot of HP, right? So Wall of Doom, if I put myself in a good enough position, I could use that. The bottom action is also pretty nice for things like Skewer, Leaping Cleave. Where's that other one? Sweeping Blow. So it would be a +1 attack to all the attacks of the round. I think, however, that I'm going to go with Skewer. I'll go with Skewer because this move 6 might come in handy near the end if I need to move pretty far. And I can use this another sort of AoE attack with the top action. As for the Tinkerer, there's nothing that immediately jumps out to me. Reinvigorating Elixir. I don't think I need to bring that. Harmless Contraption and Potent Potables. These cards I'm not too big on bringing in. So I think we'll be fine. They are all heal cards, which could be nice, yes. But he already has a few other heals, and I think, where's that? So he has Reviving Shock with that bottom action. There was a couple others. Energizing Tonic has another large healing. Restorative Mist is another healer. So he does have enough healing that I'm okay with leaving these out. And to be honest, I'm not even really a big fan of Potent Potables. If there were 2 tank characters, then maybe I would bring something like that. But I don't actually think I've ever used this card. I'd like to hear if people have used that card actually. So let's move in. Alright, the Vermlings have made a simple camp here, and the oasis is littered with their rubbish. As you step into view, they grab their weapons and attack. Okay, so we have one bear. Let's zoom out here. One bear out here. We do have some, I think 2 hounds. And then we have a normal Vermling Scout and an elite Vermling Scout. Okay. Well, we definitely want to bring the brute forward. And let's see. I might put him back here. Let's see, the Tinkerer. We'll go with bringing the brute out first. Putting him right here might be a good idea. I'm wondering what the bear's going to do, however. We do have a trap. Anything else? No. and one smaller room. Not bad. I mean, if I got here, I could push the Vermling into that trap, but it's not really... He'd probably die before that, right? I could do skewer right here, or in fact, I could go skewer here. Another thing I could do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a bit farther than I'd like to go. And that's right. So the Hounds have retaliate 1. So every time I hit them, if they do not die, they will deal 1 damage to me. I think what I want to do is... I think I'll go Leaping Cleave, and I can grab that air element, and maybe go with Provoking Roar. This will bring me early. I can disarm somebody, and then Leaping Cleave to get into a position either here or just move up 1, depending on what they're doing, right? Next, I'd like the Tinkerer to go late, and I could do Reviving Shock to hit a couple guys, a couple enemies. I can use Stun Shot, but I would want to go early if I'm going to use Stun Shot. And what would be another option here? I think Reviving Shock is probably going to be a good idea. I can hit a couple of them for 2. Attack 2 with 2. I want it to be clear that I can't... It doesn't mean I will be doing 2 damage to them. And then move forward to move into a position from Proximity Mine. I think that'll be a better... 62 is not too late, but I believe that they will be going earlier than 62 anyway. The bear, I don't remember all of their cards. Not that I remember everyone's cards, all the enemies' cards, but I believe the bear is somewhere in the middle. They can be early, he can be a little late. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so the Hound, this is a pretty nasty card here. It's going to move 2, attack 2, plus 2 if they are adjacent to a Hound ally. Then they're going to move, and he's going to move 3, so I don't have to worry about the Cave Bear. Okay, he did go later than the Cave Bear too, so. These aren't necessarily poor or nasty attacks, but I think what I'm going to do here with this is... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can attack... He can attack the Tinkerer, and I'd like it... I would kind of like to spread it out, right? So what I might do, actually... 1, 2, 3, 4... I don't think I'm going to be able to get into a position to have 1 attack here and 1 attack here. So what we'll do is move up, get into here, and attack the Hound to disable him. I will take a damage. That's not that terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's pretty rough. I think healing might have been a good thing for the. Oh wow! All right, take it. Let's see. Okay, I got a little lucky there. Yeah, I think healing might have been a good option for the Tinkerer. So Tinkerer will have to go early next time and try and do some damage. Try and heal, actually, sorry. Let's see here. I think if I go here, yep. And then I can use this to target these two, and because it's ranged, I won't be hit with the retaliate. Eagle Eye Goggles. Well, if I use Eagle Eye Goggles, he might actually be killed. So I think I'm gonna use that and then confirm attack. Yeah, so he's dead. Oh, 2 negative ones. Okay. Alright. So you want to go as fast as possible. The shield 1 will be a good stay here. Will be a good way to protect the brute this turn. And unfortunately, skewer won't work because there's none that are adjacent in a line. But I do have that air up now, and it could be, that would be attack 3. Let me think. Another thing I could do is just attack and run, go behind here, and hope that I kill one of them. But I really wasn't expecting, I mean, that was a lot of additional damage that they drew against the brute, so that's pretty rough. This would be attack 4. I think what I'll do is warding strength, so if he doesn't die, I'll attack him for 3. If he doesn't die, then he'll be pushed away, and retaliate won't work at that point. And as for you, he could use net shooter. 1, 2, 3, that's a problem. I'd have to move up and then use it. Could use net shooter to stop them from moving. Stun would also be pretty nice. To get one from not attacking him at all. Another thing is I could use something like hook gun to pull one of the enemies away, but I don't think that's going to be a good. I think it would have been best if I moved up here so that I could use, let's see, where did that go? The shield 1 additional on the brute. So I think restorative mist, so I can move up, at least heal him. He does have a healing potion, so I'm not too worried at the moment. But what could be bad is that he goes, this hound will go before and attack him first. And let's see here. Maybe... I mean, I'm thinking either stun shot or net shooter. Because the net shooter would keep the cave bear where he is, but I think I'm going to go with stun shot here. Now these are pretty close together. Usually I won't, I don't like to choose two cards that are early because I like to keep some later in the rounds. But 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I mean, they're all really close to each other. So it's going to be really difficult to do that. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is what has to happen. I mean, I could go for energizing tonic to make sure that he gets healed a lot, but I think it'll be fine. Okay. So the Hound is only going to muddle. We don't have to worry about him. The Scouts are going to attack for quite a bit, but they're not moving, so we can actually just move away. And then the Cave Bear will move 3. 1, 2, 3. So it could be that we don't really do anything this round. We can just move away, but play very protectively. Another thing I could do here is, I mean, I think that's what I want to do. What I can do is either attack here, attack any one of these, they'll be pushed away, and I don't have to worry about them. And 1, 2, 3. So I could push him back there if he doesn't die. So let's do that. I'll hit here with that muddle. Okay, he's dead. So don't have to worry about it. We will heal. And now we'll just move away. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So anywhere I stand, this bear will be attacking me. So I think I'm going to use this. This probably isn't the best time to do it, but I don't want to be hit by that bear. Especially this early. I don't really want anyone to be dying at this point, so, or discarding cards. Skip, end, and I think what I might do, 1, 2, 3, 4, I could have just stunned the bear, but instead I'd really like to get him up, get his health back up again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And unfortunately, we're not going to move anywhere. 1, 2, 3. I could bring him back here, but there's no reason to do that, so just skip the movement. Okay, nothing happens. So, it wasn't the best turn, but what matters is we are alive, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, why does that say 27? I don't know. I think Toxic Bolt to get the bear poisoned. And then maybe Flamethrower to put shields out. That might be a good thing. Or I could do Enhancement Field to try and... so that when he moves up, he can be hitting both of them for a more powerful hit. What would that look like? I don't think that's worth it. So we'll go Flamethrower to grab that extra shield. Or that shield. And then I think I could do either Spare Dagger would be a good attack against the bear or the wolf or the hound. And I might do that. I could do another heal and Spare Dagger. That does put him, the brute, to be attacked by the bear. And the hound would be attacking the tinkerer. So it does spread out a little bit of damage. I hope this Vermling Scout won't do a ranged attack. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so Cave Bear is doing Shield 1, Retaliate 2, and Heal. Vermling Scout and the Hound will move up and attack. So that's not that bad. Yeah, okay. I was going to say this better go early. So we're not going to be dealing any damage or anything. Let's go for... let's go for the Hound. Right. Let's see. And heal. Just get back up to full. Fantastic. Next, I think what I want to do here is... I'm thinking to go grab some money, because we need to get this money. And then attack here. And I think that's what I want to do. I'm not going to worry about the bear at this point. And I have a plan with Net Shooter that I can use on the bear. So we'll move up and attack here. Whew. Nice hit. Now he will be attacked, but it shouldn't be for too much damage. A couple of points. Okay. So let's make sure here, Net Shooter, so that he can keep him from moving, immobilize him, and then move away. And let's see here. Let's see. I could use something like this to just punch him and then walk away. And I think I'll do that. That would be immobilized, so we don't care too much about going early. We want to be going late. Then move 4 and attack for 4 with balanced measure. Now we just really hope that we're going earlier. So this is perfect. He'll attack, move 1, attack, that won't happen, and then we can, I hope, kill him first. So hit him here. Got lucky there. And then immobilize him. And move away. We want this money here. Now I am spending a lot of time here, but it's going to be worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's weird that I can... No, okay. For some reason it's showing that I can move there, but I can't. So we'll move here. Okay. And then attack for 4. Attack for 5. Good, good, good. Okay. So there's only 2 cards left here. Energizing Tonic to go early, and we are looking at Enhancement Field to make that ranged attack. 80. Oh, that's the same card. So we should be able to kill him. Let's see. Okay. So it's up to the Brute. And he can still attack and walk away anyway, so it's not going to be that scary, right? Okay. I was still a little nervous there, because he could have moved here and still attacked, but okay. We just want to pick this loot up. Skip. So not bad. We have taken all of the money, all of the loot. It's taken us a full, I like to call these kind of rounds. When we go through, I guess it would be 5 rounds technically, but everyone has gone through their cards. At least the Brute has gone through all of his cards, right? So he's going to just take a long rest so he can get these items back. Tinkerer is going to move up towards the door, and then he'll long rest next. So pretty straightforward. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. And skip attack. Now here I will pause, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've put a little thought into what I'm going to drop, and it's going to be eye for an eye. I don't want to put him in a position to just take damage for a full round. Now I am dropping a heal 2 card from his the but I'm not too interested in keeping that around, because the Tinkerer has the heal down, right? So so we will take eye for an eye out. Now, I know this is an earlier card, which is pretty nice, but I kind of have a plan of what I'm going to do with his other cards. So end his turn. And what I'm going to do is leaping cleave to get him 1, 2, 3 right to here. Okay. We already know we're going to long rest with him. That's going to bring his eagle eye goggles back in. It will heal him up. That's perfect. So we'll get him up there, and we will use... I didn't think about the second card, actually, so I don't want to get rid of shield bash yet. I'd like to keep warding strength. And I'm going in with these 2 cards next round. So I don't want to use leap and cleave, because I should use skewer next time. You know what, we're going in with these 2. It's probably not the best idea. No, it's not the best idea. So we're gonna hold 1 second here. I think actually I will use yeah, you know what? This is what I'm gonna go with. It is both of the AoE attacks, but you'll see when I get in there what I'm looking to do. So we'll use this. Okay, and then we will skip the attack. Now 1 second while I look through these cards and make my choice again. Okay, so I'll be dropping Ink Bomb. I don't need the move 4 because it's a small room, and I already have a an AoE. Let's see here. An AoE attack that I feel is stronger because of the immobilize, and I will likely be using that pretty soon when we open this door. So Ink Bomb. Healed back up. Eagle Eye Goggles back. Alright, we're just staring at this door ready to rock in there. So end his turn. Oops. We want him to be going in ideally first, but yeah, we want the brute to be going in first. We have air element is waning, so we want skewer, and we need something that's going to bring us in there with some movement. I would say grab and go, but I really want to use grab and go with balanced measure. And now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, no, we're going to use grab and go, because the Tinkerer does have a card here, Volatile Concoction, that he can bring a card back. So that could be something that I do if need be. So we'll move in with grab and go, get to a position that I need to be in, and then skewer. That would be ideal. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can be going in this far, and there should be something in here. And if there's 2, then wonderful. If they're next to each other. Right. Next would be we can use stun shot to make sure that somebody is stunned, and I'm going to use proximity mine as the other one, as to move in there. But we want to go late. Yeah, we want to go later. Yes. Now, what I might do instead is move in and drop a mine down. This trap. It's a 6 damage trap, pretty heavy, and I can use hook gun after. So they both have move 4, and they both have something that I can use on top. This is what I like about the Tinkerer. I've seen too often that people don't like him, that he's not strong enough, but honestly, he's the jack of all trades. He can do whatever you want him to do. Oh, this is wonderful. Let's see here. So the bear's going to bear's going to stand still, right? The hounds are going to move and attack, and then we have a couple scouts in the back that will move, but they're not going to get into position to attack. However, they're standing perfectly in a line for me, right next to some gold too. I mean, this couldn't have been better. And we just hope to kill them both right now. Ugh, lovely. It's almost as if I knew what was in that room, but look at all the money sitting here, right? So we'll end. Okay, now it's the Tinkerer's turn. They're going to move 2 and attack. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So they're not going to get in a position to attack anyone. Let's see here. There's so many. There's a couple traps here. There's some money up in here that we'll need to get. I think what I could do is just move up and stun him. And I think that's what I might do. So let's make sure to stun him now. I don't care about the damage. It is what it is. And I'm just going to move. Oh. I do have another trap card. Oh, this is... I can move here. Okay. Immobilize him, and then build a trap between us. And then pull him through it afterward. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, if he does... Oh, but he's stunned. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Yep, that's what we're going to do then. So, end the Tinkerer's turn. Okay. So we will take a look at the Tinkerer first. Tinkerer. We want to immobilize him. And we want volatile concoction. So we'll go late. So that he wakes up from his stun. We'll go late. Immobilize him so he's there for another turn. Move back. Put a trap there, and then we can hook gun him into place as well. That's going to do a lot of damage. Then we have, let's see here. Balanced measure. Let's think about this. I think what we'll do is shield and then spear. Yeah, spare dagger, not spear. And yep, that will potentially kill him, and then shield for the next attack. And the bear's going before the Tinkerer, that's important. And we have the Vermlings will be range attacking, but for very little damage. So we want to hit that Vermling, did not die, and that's fine. We will shield up. I doubt I'll receive much damage from those Vermlings. Let's check it out. No, nothing, and super. Okay, mobilize. We will move back one, skip, and then we're going to place that trap right between us. So even if he does, the bear does go, oh no, he can't move. Right, I need to remember that. But even if he could, he'd have to walk all the way around this. He's not coming this way anymore, so we will want to go late. So hook gun and enhancement field. Hook gun to bring him in, and maybe yeah, let's do it that way. Toxic bolt. That way we have a major attack on the bottom. So we could hit him and then drag him in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. And then we can push him through that. Maybe. We'll see how... yeah. This will be... Now, I know this is on normal difficulty, and that's because I don't think... Options... Well, okay, so perhaps you can change the difficulty, but just not while you're in the middle of a scenario. I hadn't thought about that before. I just assumed that you couldn't. Oh, no. Return to main menu, no. Okay, that was too close. I won't play with it now, but I assumed that you couldn't change the difficulty once you were in. Maybe that's a feature that was just added, I'm not sure. Come up here. Oh, he's just disintegrated there. Okay. So we definitely want to be... and he's going after. Well, that's fine. Let's attack. Okay. So I think it's dead now. Yep. And then pull him here. Wonderful. Okay, short rest. That's fine. And I'm also going to short rest with you, I think, because I want the loot card back. So short rest. Yep. Right, to finish my thought. I didn't think I could change the difficulty mid-game, so I just chose normal. So when I do have friends, if I have friends that want to join, then they can, and I don't have to worry about it being too difficult, something like that. But now that I'm assuming that you can, I could potentially, I'll probably end up putting it up, the difficulty, while I'm playing by myself, and then I can drop it down if somebody else joins. Grab and go. And let's see here, skewer. Now this is just a looting turn. A little boring perhaps, but I want to make sure that I get all of this money. I don't think anybody needs healing, no. So I'm going to very cheekily heal for plus heal for that 2 points, and then hook gun. So he's not even going to attack. Oh, no, he is going to attack because I'm moving up next to him. So, just going to move into here, skip, and then loot all of this. A lot of money there. We will heal. I should get the 2 points, even though, yep, even though there's no healing done. And then loot that. I could have actually just moved over, but I want the points as well, so. Ouch. That's fine. I'm not worried at all. Let's see. This and this to attack. And well, let's see. Maybe we want shield bash to attack him. And this, just in case nothing happens, I can just push him into that. And then we want to move, and anything that will give me any points. I don't think so. So we'll use that just to see what happens here. Go a little later. He's just gonna keep hitting like that, isn't he? So let's push him or attack him. Yeah, pretty nasty. And then move here. Now I remember there's something that I have to take damage in order to unlock a character. So I will do that. Heal. He's too far. That's fine. And skip attack. End. So I think we got all of the money again. I might have missed one stack, and I don't think I did, but it would have been back in this corner here. So with that done, with the last Vermling dead, the Oasis is a safe place for travelers once more. Look at that. Tinker pretty much did next to nothing. He healed. They did gain some good experience, but it was mostly at the end there. Take 20 damage, right? So we'll get something there. Where is that? There it is. Pain, give me more. Take 50 damage from sources other than attacks. So that's traps, retaliate. If the crag heart is going to be moving around and attacking, he does some damage like that. So we'll try to get some of this, especially at the end of scenarios, so we can unlock this guy or girl. Okay. So, for experience, the weighted net design, unlock the Copper Oasis. Merchant, some local Enox tribesmen are supplying me with some of their weighted nets. Perhaps you might find a use for them in combat. The nets, that is, not the tribesmen. Let's check out the trainer to see what we've unlocked. Where is it? Here we go. Unlock relic quest. Oh, okay. I can see you've learned to handle pain, and therefore I think you're ready to take on one of the more dangerous quests. Hidden in a cursed catacomb beneath the city of Slate is a ring of protection that would aid us greatly in our quests, but beware. Not only are there cultists and undead, but the tomb itself will sap your health. Remember to take extra healing. Now we won't be able to do that for quite some time because we need the city of Slate. And the city of Slate, let's see here, isn't either of these. No, I think I need one of these to unlock so that I can continue going southwest here. So there's no level ups. We do have a good amount of gold. So I'll pause here, take a look, and if I decide to purchase anything, I'll be right back to talk about that. Okay, so put some thought into this. We'll be spending 40, almost all of our money again, but it's going to be totally worth this. Alright, so hide armor. I can't put the cursor over it, but the thing to keep in mind about the hide armor is that it's going to modify your attack modifier deck. It's going to add 2 -1 modifier cards. So that means that you're increasing the chances of reducing your attacks. Now, a -1, is that necessarily a terrible thing? No. Adding 2 isn't great, but there's a way around that. So we will be buying this now. And of course it's going on to the Brute. Okay. So as you can see here, attack modifiers, this is the attack modifier deck. There's a miss card, so whatever damage you were about to do is 0. Anything on top of that still goes, such as any of the conditions. That still is added, just that there's no physical damage. A -2, there's 5 -1s, 6 zeros, 5 +1s, a +2, and a ×2 for a critical hit. Now down here, additional attack modifiers, hide armor +2. So we're adding 2 more cards, which is 2 more -1s. I say cards, but that's because I've played the physical game. So we're adding 2 more -1s to the attack modifier deck. Okay. However, it's going to provide on the next 2 sources of damage. I wish I could keep this so I could point to it, but on the next 2 sources of damage from attacks targeting you, gain shield 1. So 2 attacks, the first 2 attacks, or when it comes back after a long rest, the next 2, this must be used. Okay. The defense is going to be worth it, and the Tinkerer can still provide some cover fire, right, with some attacks. The next item is the weighted net. Now it says here, during your ranged attack, add immobilize to a single attack. Immobilize, and it is an item that can come back after a long rest, which makes this more powerful. If it was to an entire attack and it was burned, it would still be good, but the fact that I can use this once every 5 rounds or so, if I take long rests, that's worth it as is. So we're going to go with this, and that's going to be bound to the Tinkerer. This is a two-handed item, which makes me like it a little less. I wish it was just a one-handed item, but then potentially that would have to be a burn item that you can only use once per scenario. However, with that, since he is doing ranged attacks for the most part, then he could use it on something like, not stun shot, but he already has net shooter. So this could be in addition to that, using ink bomb, and one of them is targeted. One of the 3 is targeted for immobilize. Hook gun is another great way to use it, because you're essentially pulling an enemy towards you. If you immobilize him after, let's say pull him into a trap, immobilize him, then you can walk away, right? Hook gun is really good to use with net shooter. I just don't find myself using that combination as much as I want to be using it, but it's a very good combination for that reason. So in this way, I don't need net shooter in order to immobilize after using a hook gun, right? So there are a lot of other ones, of course. Toxic bolt, enhancement field, any ranged attack is going to be good with immobilize. And finally, what was the other one? I believe it was a small item for my Tinkerer. I was thinking stun powder, but then I couldn't get the armor for the brute. A stamina potion or a power potion. Either one of those would be pretty good for him, and I think I'm gonna go with power potion, because he has a lot of cards in his hand, and I don't necessarily need to be using stamina potions in order to increase the number of turns or try and get another card that I want to use, because he has a lot of cards that are useful in any situation. As I said, he's a jack of all trades. So I'm going to go with power potion because of those AoE attacks that he has. It's also nice to have another, I think we have, yeah, there's 2 other power potions here, so no, there's 2 other power potions. Okay. It's nice to have another one anyway, so to put on a later one. I don't know how much I like the oops, put that back on him. The way that things are bound, I'm okay with it for now, because you share a gold, so you don't have to purchase another one, and it's cheaper than selling it back and then having to repurchase it, as is the way in the board game. But I like the way that the board game and the campaign, which will eventually be brought to the digital version, that you don't share money. You can't use items. I like that they're on their own. They just seem to be working together for some scenarios, some events, or some adventures. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Let's go back. I think I was about to say the minor power potion for things like flamethrower, ink bomb would be a 5 attack, range 3, net shooter would be 4. Yeah, so those, I guess these flamethrower, ink bomb, and net shooter with a +1 and using the eagle eye goggles can do quite a bit of damage. So minor power potion is a good one for the Tinkerer. Okay, so we'll check out the world map and then I'll sign out. At the moment we only have 2. We have the Angry Djinns, where we'd be fighting living bones and living spirits for that chainmail design. Now, this one is adding 3 -1 cards, but you have 3 times that you have shield 1. So maybe I should have, how does it show how much it's worth 20. So maybe I should have waited to check this out to see about purchasing the chainmail, but I'm okay with what he has at the moment. Chainmail comes later in the game, in the physical game, so you don't get it this early. Then there's the Empowering Talisman, which is a one-time use head item that you get to refresh one of your consumed items. So something like or a small item, so I could bring back a healing potion or the power potion, but it takes up a head space. So these are our 2 that are available for next video. So if you do want me to consider one that you think you want me to pursue, then put that in the comment section. If more people want me to go in one direction, then I'll go in that direction. Otherwise, if there are no people voting, that's totally fine. I will just go in the directions that I'd like to go. Oh, and one last thing before we go. Options, difficulty, we can. So I will bump it up to hard here because I'm playing by myself. As you can see, the scenarios are pretty easy on normal for a solo player. When you're planning all of the party members, you can better organize where people will end their turns and what they're going to do, or which enemies they'll attack. So it's a bit easier. It makes the puzzle easier on normal. So I will bump it up to hard. If that's still easy, I'll try out insane. I've never gone that far, but I'm okay with hard. So we'll go with hard. As long as I'm playing by myself, we'll stay with hard. So with that, thanks for stopping in, and I hope to see you next time.